Welcome to Soundcheck with Pastor Isaac. I'm glad to be back again this week. And as we promised way back at the beginning of this segment, we're going to have our son Joshua here. And so Joshua is here today. I'm glad he's here. We're out enjoying the hot weather. It's humid out here and we're just out there on the front porch. And so Josh, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey, everybody, my name's Josh. I am Pastor Isaac's, doppelganger. Like I said, it's like looking into a mirror 20 years from now. But yeah, I'm his firstborn son and happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we are really happy. And if you're listening to some music in the background, that's because we have our wind chime out on the front porch. And so we're just going to enjoy it. And so Josh was here today. He really was excited about being here. And I hope he's still excited about being here.
I am.
And we're just going to be having a good time just talking. And so Joshua is also a believer. He's also one of the members of our church. He's here at the Abundant Life Church of Christ also. And so Josh, he said that he wanted to give us some questions today. So he's here to fire out some questions. I hope I know the answers. If I don't know the answers, somebody type in the chat so I'll know what to do next time.
Just a couple of icebreakers, just to get things flowing. It's nothing serious, just whatever the first thing that comes to your head. That's all.
Okay.
So you ready?
I'm hoping.
All right. First question. What has been your favorite age so far?
That's a good question. I think my favorite age was in my 20s. And that was because I was just brand new in the Lord and I met my wife and that was a great time. And when I was 28 years old, you were born. And so the 20s were really fun and they were really exciting. A lot of new changes were happening in my life.
That's cool. What is your favorite thing to do in the summertime?
My favorite thing to do in the summertime is to just sit outside and let the sun bake me. And I get a chance to do that riding on the ride more because you just have to sit out in the sun and just let it hit you. And that's a good time where God just really speaks to me.
Yeah.
And so I just like being out here where God can speak to me and just soak up that sun. You can't do it in the wintertime.
Yeah,
I don't like the winter. Got to throw the hat on his head.
I'm the same, man.
I think you're understanding a little bit about that now,
Oh,
how the hawk hits your head a little bit. But yeah, summertime, definitely. I love just being outside in that.
What is one of your nicknames?
One of my nicknames?
Yeah.
Do I have to really say those things?
I guess your least embarrassing one.
Well, yeah, I got a lot of nicknames. One of my best friends, he calls me Ike. And so I'll say Ike.
Ike, okay, cool. What is your favorite word in another language?
Because I only speak English very well, I don't know what that word would be, and so I'll have to just say C.
All right, cool. Have you ever written a song for someone?
I have. When I met your mom, I wrote her this whole album, if you want to call it, of songs.
Oh, mixtape.
Yeah, on a mixtape back in the day.
That's cool.
I don't even know where that thing could be. But anyway, she actually let her friends listen to it. They were like, oh, he really likes you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's awesome though. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's see. What movie do you find yourself quoting the most?
Very good. I guess because you guys like Star Wars, I guess I would quote some things from Star Wars from time to time.
Yeah.
I am your father.
All right, finally, you don't have to answer this one.
Okay.
Which one is your favorite son?
The son that's in front of me every time, that son is the son that's my favorite, one at a time.
That's a wise answer.
As you all know, I have 4 boys, and he's asking a very dangerous question because God, he has each one of us, and he loves each one of us individually, but at the same time, his love grows, and it doesn't diminish for anybody. So yeah, I love all of you all.
Oh, that was very wise. That's all. That was just a little rapid fire, just to break the ice.
All right, well, that's the end of our broadcast. Thank y'all for coming. Yeah, but I'm glad, Josh. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for agreeing to just be on camera and just be candid. And you, since you're making me be transparent, I want you to just relax and just have a good time and just talk to the people about how you feel about the Lord and the things that God puts on your heart. You're a man now. You're married. You have a child, and so you are the man of your house. So tell me about some of those things.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, 'cause I wanted to kind of, talk to you about that. I definitely have more of an appreciation of what you've done like I said, I find myself a lot of times going back and looking back at how you raised us, and like a lot of things are clicking now that weren't clicking before. Where it's like, like, why are you being so hard on us, or why are you being so difficult? And it's just like, it's funny with age and like with like having my own family. Just basically, I have to rely on God a whole lot. And honestly, I find myself just like thinking back to the things you've done for us, and like your work ethic, and like just different things that, like I said, I couldn't appreciate back then, that now it's just, I find myself like being challenged every day in a good way. Like it's good things, but it's like, I definitely feel that weight of like being the priest of your household, and just like that responsibility of like, I have to be the leader of my family. I have to lead them into God and things like that. And so I really appreciate the foundation, like you and Mom, just kind of just like bringing me up. And like I said, a lot of times it's like, when you're a kid, you're thinking like, oh, when I grow up, I'm never gonna make my kids do this. They're gonna be free, and they're gonna do whatever they want to do, and I'm not gonna be like that. But it's like, you don't realize, like, I guess y'all shielded us from a lot of things coming up. And I just remember a lot of times, like, people always saying like, man, I don't know how your generation does it. Like, we didn't deal with that kind of stuff when we were your age and stuff. And I guess me being a kid and kind of being naive to the ways of the world, I mean, that's all I knew. So I was like, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, it's a Tuesday. I don't know any different. But it's like, now me being the parent and just seeing all this crazy stuff, just mass shootings, just like, just things that never crossed my mind when I was in school, stuff that just wasn't even an issue. And it's like, I'm about to bring my daughters, like climate change and stuff. Like, it's like hotter than it's ever been before. And it's just like the economy. And it's like, what world am I leaving for, my child, And it's just like, it's a lot to think of. And it makes me like nervous, but at the same time, having that foundation on God, honestly, it gives me that calm. It gives me that peace. And like a lot of times, my coworkers, I'm very laid back. I don't really let, I guess, my emotions, I don't wear them on my sleeve. So a lot of times they're just like, how are you not freaking out about this kind of stuff? And that kind of opens up the door for me to be able to witness, you know what I mean? Because it's not me being calm so much as like, it's not me that has to figure it out. I give it up to God and go like, look, He's brought me through so many different things in my life and like just stuff that I couldn't have done for myself. And He's proven Himself time and time again. And so like, I'll share them, like my lows, like the times I'm at my worst. And like, look, it wasn't me that got me out of it. It was God. And like with Him proving Himself time and time again, even though I don't know how we're getting out of this, I don't know how the economy is going to be fixed. I don't know, what the answer it is to, mass shootings, things like that. It's like, at the end of the day, I know there's someone greater than me who sees the whole picture. And in that way, it gives me a little bit of comfort. I'm still, anxious, but it gives me a little bit of comfort knowing like, God's got me. He's going to help guide me for my child. And so I give it up to Him.
Okay. Well, I want to disclose to you, because you probably never knew this. When me and Mom were dating and we were talking about children, talking about having kids, she was like, well, I want a lot of kids, because she came from a family of 5
Big
kids.
family,
And so I came from a family of just 2 kids, my sister and I, Angie. And so I was thinking, well, first of all, I don't want any kids, because I was thinking, look, this world is getting worse, and I didn't really understand how I was going to be a dad in this type of environment. And so I was thinking, I don't want no kids. And Tanya, she was like, no, we having some kids. And so I said, well, maybe we'll have one. And we'll have that one 10 years from now. And so we got married in 88, and you were born in 90. And so my whole thing changed, because we eventually had 4 children. And I realize now, looking back, it wasn't me that was going to have to take care of the kids in particular, because it was going to be God taking care of them, as He was, giving us the supplies and the lunch money and all the, all the things. It was Him that was going to supply our needs daily. And I'm thinking the big picture, I got to do all this, but if we do it one day at a time and trust Him, it's going to get done. And so we can't bail on the situation and be the absentee parent. But at the same time, we got to trust that He already knows what's going to happen. He already has predestined us to be here. And so I couldn't just be selfish and say, well, no kids in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
We're gonna have kids, and I'm glad you have a granddaughter because she's the best thing that's happened to us. You know, we love our granddaughter, and so that's exciting.
Yeah. And I guess to piggyback off of what you were saying, I feel that all the time because, like, I would like to have another one. Not that's not saying anything, but I would like to have more. But it's just like, it's just that anxiety. But like you said, if everyone felt that way, we wouldn't be able to continue,
Right.
you know, where we're going. It's like every generation thinks, oh, the next one's the end, the next one's the end. But it's like, that's just a trick of the enemy. And like at the end of the day, God is the only one who knows how this is going to end. He's the only one that knows, you know, what we're going to do. And so, like I said, giving it up to him and like your example kind of helps. It helps, I guess, give me some peace of mind knowing that you've already been through it. Like you and mom have already kind of like, y'all have set a good blueprint. And so a lot of times, like I said, just like say, like the work ethic, just like you like instilling stuff like the Bible readings before bed and praying and stuff like that. Like I emulate that kind of stuff. And it's like, it's kind of funny how like, I don't know, like it's not that I wasn't paying attention. I just didn't realize how much I actually gained from that, you know? And so it's like, it's kind of funny just seeing like, wow, like this stuff actually does work. like y'all are like actually picking stuff up and like saying the same stuff that like y'all taught me and now I'm teaching her. It's like, it's kind of like just amazing just seeing it like it blossom like that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Let me ask you a candid question then. What Bible lesson do you remember from being a kid? Do you remember anything in particular that was read or said?
I'm trying to. So I remember you reading like this little storybook,
right?
And which have different books about just different stories and everything. David and Goliath has always been my favorite. Like that's always been, I don't know why, but like David has always just been like my favorite Bible character. Okay, like. And when we were younger, it's always, of course, like David versus Goliath, the 5 smooth stones, you know, going to the stream, you know, like he being bold and going out there. And that was what I thought was fascinating. Maybe because like he was closer to my age back then. He was a kid back then.
Right.
But like now, like going into my word, like I've been doing like a Bible in 1 year type thing.
Okay.
David as a king and as an adult, I can relate to him too as well. Because like even though he chased after God's heart, he wasn't perfect. And it was it's good seeing like, even though he was flawed, God still loved him. He still said he was a man after his own heart. Right. And like, it kind of just really made me have an appreciation for God because it was like, he meets us where we're at. Like, he's not sitting there expecting us to be perfect. He'll call us out. And he'll chastise us for like when we're going wrong. But at the same time, if he knows your heart and he knows that you're after him, he'll still come and meet you and like you're my son. So like David is, I guess he's still my favorite just for different reasons now. So it's just kind of funny how it's like it's evolved as I've grown up. So I guess we'll see. I guess even when I'm older, if he'll still be my favorite then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that was your favorite Bible character in particular. And he's not just a character, he's actually a real individual. Right. And you can relate to him as that teen, you can relate to him as a young man. Right. And I'm looking forward to also how you relate to him as he's older because he did get older. Yeah. And he said he never saw the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging for bread. So God always looked out for him. So we are almost out of time, Joshua. Are there a few things you would like to just say before we go?
Hopefully this will be the start of a lot of different visits for me here. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing this. And next time I'm gonna have some even more questions, so just be ready for that. And I want to make that a regular thing. Maybe you can have some for me, so you can put me on the spot. And I go, But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. Thanks for having me on.
Well, Josh, thank you for coming in. So everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this. Put something in the chat to encourage him because I'm sure he's going to read it again later. So God bless you. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.